Hello everybody. I know I look a little bit busted. I didn't want to put on makeup today because I'm not working, and I also completely spaced vlogging literally all week. So this week I wanted to just do kind of a sit down crochet with me because I am working on some stuff for a market that I have on Valentine's Day, and just kind of talk about my medical history. And I know it's kind of weird, but like, what are you eating? Hey, what do you have in your mouth? It's a leaf. Okay. My dog is going nuts over here. And sorry if you hear noise, it's my upstairs neighbors. But I know like my medical history might be an odd topic to sit here and talk about on YouTube, but I am young and I have a pretty complicated health history and like stuff that's gone on in my life that isn't common. And so I wanted to kind of come on here and just talk about it, and if anybody else has gone through or is currently going through what I went through, I just want you guys to know that you're not alone. And you know, there's a lot that has happened in the last few years, as well as like all of my life, that is pretty important to me. And so let's just get right into it. So story time. Let's actually crochet while I do this also, because this whole point. I guess you can't really see me crocheting, but I am down here. So back in, well, okay, where do I even start? I've always had back pain all of my life. And obviously, like, I'm a bigger girl, so it was always written off as, like, my weight or the fact that I'm a woman and I have a bigger chest. It's always, my back pain has always been written off as that's why. And it's just because you're bigger, you need to lose weight, you know, the normal, like, woman going to the doctor stuff. And obviously, like, I'm well aware that I'm larger than most, and it's pretty unhealthy, and, like, we'll get into that later. I'm not, like, blind. I know what I look like. I know my weight. But nobody really wanted to, like, believe me when I was like, no, guys, like, my back hurts to where I can't walk most of the time. Like, that's not normal for someone my age. So in 2023, in October 1st, I was up in Okanagan, Washington, and I was at my friend's tattoo shop, and I was staying the night in my camper van that I had renovated. And I woke up that morning and fell to the floor as soon as I stood up. When I woke up, my neck hurt, and I was like, okay, like, I just slept in a van. It's probably just, like, I'm cramped up and I hurt and whatever. And then I stood up and literally fell because my left leg was so weak and in so much pain that I couldn't physically handle it. And this went on. I had back pain prior to that, obviously, but it, like, severely worsened, like, immediately, overnight, severely worsened. I couldn't walk without a walker. I went to the hospital multiple times, and I was like, hey guys, something's wrong. Like, I'm 20, at the time I was 22, and I was like, I shouldn't be in this much pain to where I can't walk. And so I went to the Okanagan hospital. I went to the Yakima hospital where I'm from. I don't even care. I'm going to dox myself. I went to Yakima hospital as well because that's my hometown. That's where I grew up. And I was back and forth between there, my apartment there, and then up to Okanagan for my friends and camping. And so I was refused service multiple times at both hospitals and refused imaging on my back, even though it would have saved a lot of trouble. I don't know how much I can really say right now. From what I understand, I'm pretty sure they thought I was drug seeking because of my tattoos. I am pretty tatted. Like, I had full facial piercings. I was also bald at the time. I had shaved my head. So this is all grow out. But anyway, they refused me service, and they refused to see me and refused to do imaging on my back for a whole month. Turned out I had cauda equina syndrome, and if you don't know what that is, the cauda equina, like, part of your spine is the part of your spinal cord that holds all the nerves and the controls for your legs and your bowels and your bladder. So about halfway through October, after I'm experiencing all of this, my whole left leg is numb. I can't go upstairs on my left leg. I can't push up on it. I'm having urinary incontinence, so I'm basically pissing myself like every day. I didn't have a bowel movement for 6+ days, and I told all of this to hospital staff, and they still would not do imaging on me. It wasn't until November 1st, so literally exactly a month later, the OMAC hospital actually decided to do imaging on me, and they did an MRI. And they found that my spinal cord was so severely compressed because of a disc herniation of the L5S1 that if I didn't get surgery that night, I would be paralyzed for the rest of my life. And I would never gain control back of my bowels, bladder, legs, any of it. So after they did that imaging, the doctor came in and was like, hey, I'm calling literally everywhere in the state and outside of state to get you life flighted tonight for surgery. And it was so surreal to me. Like, I'm sitting there like, what? Huh? So I was in the hospital. I was in that hospital for like 8 hours. I ended up getting life flighted to Spokane, which I think the flight was like 30 minutes, but if you drive from OMAC or Okanagan to Spokane, it's like 4.5, 5 hours. So I got life flighted to Spokane. I had surgery that night. I had a laminectomy discectomy, and laminectomy discectomy is basically, the laminectomy part is where they like grind out your bone so they can, and cut out your bone so they can get to the disc. And the discectomy is where they take a portion of the disc out, which was the herniated part. So luckily, after that surgery, it decompressed a little bit, and I gained some of my strength back in my left leg, but it still to this day is numb, and I will never gain any of that feeling back. And I still do have issues with mobility and, you know, moving, because everything's just messed up. It continued to just be really bad and painful, and I ended up having a secondary surgery that following April, so April of 24, I had a spinal fusion at the same level, the L5S1. Recovery wasn't fun. Straight up, it sucked. I'm a very like active person. I like to be on top of things, and I like to take care of things, and I wasn't allowed to do anything pretty much, even though I was doing it anywhere. I probably shouldn't have been. But I was trying to do stuff, and my husband would be like, no, give me that. So it was really hard for me to just stay still in one spot and not take care of the house and not take care of the animals and all of that stuff. Anyway, I have continued to have severe spine issues. I have scoliosis in my upper back. It's like 2 inches displaced in the very center, so I have a pelvic tilt, which means one side of my pelvis is higher than the other, so one leg is shorter. And I continue to have really severe back problems, and because of that, and because of the like inability to actually get mobile to lose weight on my own, I now have to have bariatric surgery, and I'm getting the gastric sleeve, so I can lose weight and it can be less bearing on my back. I also probably will never be able to have children. That's another part of this that's been a little bit hard on my mental health. I did want to have kids at some point, but honestly thinking about it, like, I don't want to be in pain and I don't want to ruin my back. My tailbone can't flex like a normal person's tailbone to be able to like deliver a baby. And I'm pretty sure it would like ruin my spine and mess with everything that's already been done in there. yeah, it's hard for me to talk about it a lot of the time because it was really traumatic for me, and I'm sorry if the camera's shaking. My dog is sitting here and hitting the table. But it is hard for me, and it was really traumatic, and to have to go through all of that as a 22-year-old was crazy. And I'm still currently going through it. I still have severe pain. I still struggle to get out of bed every morning and, you know, get up and do things. I can't bend down. I can't lift things. I can't. Oh, man. It's a lot. And I'm just trying to get through it. And surgeries aren't fun. I also ended up having ovarian cysts and like big problems with that as well. And then it resolved itself like 2 days prior to me needing surgery for it. That was wild. I was like, oh, it's gone. Oh, cool. And then, yeah, so really just coming up, I'm gonna probably do a video on my bariatric surgery because that will be this year, probably in July. And I'm hoping, I'm really, really hoping that that will not fix my back problem, obviously, like it's not gonna fix it, but at least help the pain levels, because I cannot stand how much pain I'm in half the time. Like ibuprofen Tylenol is not doing it. It's not cutting it. And I just want to break. Like I just want to not be in pain. But I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful it'll at least help a little bit, and I don't know. I hope that if you're going through this, or if you know somebody going through this, just know that you're seen, you're heard, and always be your biggest advocate. Percy. Always be your biggest advocate when it comes to medical. If somebody is not listening to you, make them listen to you. Because there are things that they will quite literally gaslight you on and tell you that you're fine and you just need to go home and take some ibuprofen, that if you don't actually get them to do imaging on you, can be life-threatening and can ruin the rest of your life. So that's my takeaway from this, is always be your biggest advocate. Do not let doctors tell you that you're not feeling what you are feeling. You know your body best, and you know your pain level, and that's, no one can take that away from you. You know what I mean? Like no one can feel that for you. You are the one that needs to vocalize that. And I learned that the hard way, unfortunately. But yeah, that's my complicated history. I have a lot more than that, but that's, I feel like, the biggest piece right now that I'm still kind of going through. And if you guys have been through that and had a spinal fusion or had bariatric surgery, like, comment below. Like, tell me your experience. I want to know how it was for you. I want to know if you know somebody going through this, because I've never heard of somebody my age going through something like that, and now I have permanent like consequences for something that I didn't cause, you know what I mean? I wasn't the one that neglected myself. I did go to the hospital multiple times. So anyway, I'm not even gonna edit this video. I'm literally just going to like copy paste and upload it, because I don't want to have to listen to myself talk about this, to be 100% honest. Percy, come here. Come here. But that's all. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope, you know, if you are going through something hard, just know that it'll be your biggest advocate, and it'll get better, and you'll work through it, and it'll be okay. And I'm sorry if you're going through this, because it sucks, and it's painful, and it's hard on you and the people around you, because nobody will listen. Say hi to Percy. Say hi to Percy. Yeah. I love my dog. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. I'll actually try to vlog next week. So make sure you hit that subscribe and like button, and comment below if you've been through something like this. All right, bye guys.